Here we go. It's Danny Mac's Awful Podcast. Hello, my name is Danny Mac, and this is one of my worst intros already right off the bat. 8 seconds into
what are you doing?
I don't know. Fuck, I don't know. Anyway, my guest today, my dear sweet old pal, James C. Clayton is here. Hello, James C. Clayton.
Hello.
And Jonny Latham.
Hello.
Straight from the dentist.
Straight from the dentist.
He had a gold tooth put in.
I wish.
I love how relaxed Jonathan is, because I'm sitting here stiff as a board because I haven't really done a lot of these.
You're one of the most relaxed guys ever, though, I think.
The trick is to go to the dentist before doing a podcast.
I can't imagine.
You were putting out fires on set last month, and you were like, hey, easy breezy, no problem.
Yeah, then I'd go, around the corner. I'd be like, ah!
It's true.
Scream into the woods.
Like, Clayton, you barfed on your shoes again. Yeah. Hey, does anyone call you JCC? I've never heard that as a nickname for you.
I've never heard JCC. I hear JC a lot and Clay.
Clay. Yeah.
And then
I call you Clay sometimes, I think.
Yeah, you call me Clay sometimes. And then on set, I was getting Jimmy Champagne.
Jimmy Champagne?
I got Jimmy Champagne, which was pretty cool. I liked that one.
Champagne is what the C stands for in James C. Clayton, I believe.
Yeah, my real last name.
Lena, she didn't know that. She thought it stood for cum. Can you believe that?
Pardon me?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Lena is that perverse.
Lena, can you believe that? I've said, Lena, that can't be true. I said, I don't think that's right, Lena. Anyway.
When did she say this?
She's been saying it, I think, on the internet for about the last... No, I'm just kidding.
She was all sweet until she did some movie called Bulletproof, and then after that, just things went downhill.
Then she lost it.
I'll be honest with you, that doesn't sound like her, but I mean, maybe I just don't know who she is. It could be...
You never know. You never know. Long time coming, having you on the pod here. Yeah,
absolutely.
This is good. And tomorrow we have a big day. God, it almost would have been fun to do this tomorrow, but episode's got to be out Thursday. But why don't you tell the folks, it's today we're recording this Wednesday the 26th. Why don't you tell the folks what's going on for us on the 27th tomorrow?
Well, on the 27th, we're doing a private, it's not an official premiere, but we're doing a special event screening of Briefcase 8, which is the third film that I directed. And
is it the third? I thought there's a couple other ones in there that you directed. Maybe not.
No, I don't. I mean, here's the thing.
I guess I
directing
conflate
a movie can be very painful. So maybe I have some blocked memories from a couple of them.
I'm conflating your producership, your producerial duties as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that could be it.
Also, you just say that you've directed the ones you do like if it turns out
there you go. Now you're picking up on
about
that.
Those. What movie is that?
See, this guy's in the industry.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
Oh, that was just a student film. It wasn't really.
Hugh Boll has no movies he's ever directed. Apparently.
Oh my god!
I just helped out that day. I popped in. And I've been in that position just a few times, but where you have to screen a film for the first time in front of people you know, but you don't know them that well, and there's some people you don't know. It's basically kind of feels like, opening night of a play or something. You get butterflies. There's nerves, definitely.
Yeah, I'm definitely nervous. I mean, I was expressing this to you before the show. Like, I'm very happy with the movie. Of course, you've got to be. But I mean, no one's seen it. It's actually one of those rare things where, like with Bulletproof and Get Fast, we're actually showing it a little bit more, and I was getting some more feedback from people. This one, I almost feel like I was in kind of like a siloed thing, and it's interesting because this movie is completely different than the other material as well. Right? It's a neo-noir. It's very violent, but it's a cynical movie, right? And Bulletproof and Get Fast, they're very hopeful because I'm a hopeful, upbeat kind of guy. I really wanted to do something that, like, I wanted to divorce myself from all of that other stuff because I wanted to feel like there was range. So it was almost like a breakup movie for myself.
Yeah.
Like, and that was the start of the creation of it. It's like, I want to do a breakup movie, but how do I put it in action?
Oh, interesting.
So I'm nervous because I don't know if it's, shit, right? Like in the sense that,
well, we know it won't be shit.
Yeah, but it might not resonate, right? So I just have the normal kind of butterflies to presenting it to people.
Especially doing the 8th movie in the series, like after Briefcase 5, 6, and 7.
Dude,
well, the folks,
Briefcase 8
do they have to
Don't
see
even
Briefcase
tell me
7?
about it. I've been in focus groups talking about this. But what about Briefcase 1 to 7? What do you mean Briefcase 1 to 7?
Maybe you could spell it ATE, Briefcase 8. How the kids say they ate, meaning you performed something very well.
Bobby, I'm going to be honest with you. There was a comma in the title. The original title is Briefcase, comma 8. So that it shows there's a distinction.
There we go.
But the comma was removed for marketing purposes.
I see.
So now I got to start writing the previous 7 films so that people don't feel
Justin Timberlake just came in and went, lose the comma. Just Briefcase 8.
Just lose the comma.
Sounds
Just
better.
Briefcase 8. No.
It's
the
cleaner
right
that
move.
way.
Cleaner.
Yeah.
All jokes aside, though, I think it works.
Yeah.
It
Hell yeah.
visually looks better.
Well,
Yeah.
the screenings are going to be fun tomorrow. Johnny's going to be there.
Yeah.
I'll be there. Lena Thumbs Lecomte is going to be there.
Yeah.
as well.
And I know she's very prolific on Letterboxd.
She is.
I'm going to have to make sure there's an embargo on her because I know she could be a little brutal.
I hesitate on Does she have negative reviews on Letterboxd?
No,
of
she's
films?
very sweet. I'm just joking around.
Yeah, but I just worry about that because I'm like, sometimes I want to give my full-throated opinion on movies that I see, and then I'm like, what if I end up working with some of these people one day? And I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm not sure if Letterboxd is wise for people in the industry to
Mr.
be like,
confident over here. What if I'm working with Christopher Nolan in the future? I can't give up the Odyssey. Only
what if
4
I'm in an
stars.
adaptation of Stephen King's The Long Walk one day? And
I mean, you're not wrong about that. You never know. Like the freaking PA who's getting you a peanut butter and jam sandwich turns out to be a studio head one day.
right.
So you want to be nice to them, of course. But I mean, gosh.
Yeah,
It's
like
so hard to make a movie.
Yeah, it
And
really
it's
is.
just
Why
as
give
hard to
yourself
make a bad
additional
one,
hurdles?
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
it's true.
sucks. It's just as tough to make a bad movie. Yeah,
Same amount of energy.
and then there's
yeah.
just the heartbreak after.
Like Ed Wood was killing himself to make those movies. Like he was.
Poor
though.
Ed Wood. Yeah,
He was. Okay,
his
fine.
sad,
I
colorless
empathize.
life. That movie's in black and white, right?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Tim Burton. Actually, I mean, it's getting posted about right now, but Tim Burton famously did that movie for free because the studio wouldn't let him shoot in black and white.
Oh wow.
And he was like, no, it's got to be in black and white. I'll do it for free. I don't know. I haven't verified that if it's true.
I'll call Tim right now.
Yeah, give him a call.
Get him on the horn.
Well, I mean, why don't we email Christopher Nolan? He'll know.
Yeah.
He's got it.
Yeah,
Is it still Christopher Nolan at gmail.com?
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. Yeah. And you know what? I bet you he reads emails. I feel like he's the type of guy who reads emails but doesn't respond.
Yeah, he might be one of those guys who people don't think to reach out to because they're like, what's the hope? But then he's like, no one writes me letters. Like the hot girl who no one asks out because everyone's
my
thinking
God.
there's
Like,
no
oh, yeah,
chance.
yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think his life is like?
Nolan?
The greatest filmmaker of our time.
Yeah.
And he's got kids, a wife and kids. How many kids? He's got 4 or 5 kids or something?
I'm not sure, but he's got a family.
family.
And he takes them along with him now because these movies are so intricate and the journeys are so long. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that I wonder if he's aware that he is like the guy, a living
know.
legend now.
He must know. He's the
Yeah.
best.
Did you
I still love those interviews where he talks about like how he loves the Fast and Furious movies and like Talladega Nights as well.
Yeah, Talladega Nights is like his favorite movie.
Yeah, it's like he's just
That tracks though for someone who makes such like intense content to be like go home at the end of the day like I just want to watch Ricky Bobby.
Yep.
You know.
like
That movie's so good.
I think he just absorbs like all media. Like I think
He
he
just
just like
loves cinema.
just soaks it in. It doesn't matter if it's like you expect him to be like a film snob, but he's just like, no, man, I've seen heel kick. It's great. Like you know,
On
it's
that
awesome.
note,
Oh, God.
you've done a lot of gangsters, guns, action, drama. So what do you when you go unwind at home? Are you still watching stuff like that, or are you like the same? Are you like, no, I got to throw on like Parks and Rec or something?
Yeah, you're right on the money. I mean, I used to be a really big horror fanatic.
Mhm.
Like my wife and I, we would watch horror films like crazy, like all the time.
Yeah.
And like hyper violent stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a function of having kids too. Now when I go home, I can't tell you how many times I've watched reruns of 30 Rock. It's
Right.
like 30 Rock, Seinfeld,
Yeah.
Arrested Development.
Yeah.
Amazing.
right? And then Bernadette, she watches murder mysteries, but I'm so brain dead by the end of the day because all I do is just talk. So
thanks for coming on the pod.
yeah, no, this is so much. No. I want to be here. I'm actually having an incredible time. But yeah, no, I rarely get a chance to actually really watch anything, to be honest with you. Like the last movie I saw, and I'm blown away that I got to see it, was Obsession.
Oh, great!
Which was amazing.
That's a newer movie.
Yes.
I was gonna ask if you've seen like the Odyssey or what movies you've seen.
I haven't
recently.
seen the Odyssey.
Yeah.
No, it's criminal. I just had because I've got.
Well, you
two
were on
kids,
set
5 and
doing
under.
that feature. You've got kids. Like I left set on my last day and went straight to meet Johnny to go see the Odyssey, and Franco was there too. Which did I tell you that?
No, you did not.
You got to repeat this story. It's
Oh
so
yeah,
fun.
people have heard this, but I was on set and we were working together. You wrapped me out, and I think my last scene was one with Franco, and then I'm like, hey, I gotta go, and I went home and showered and went to the gym. I go meet these guys at the Park Theater, and
Before he arrives, I text him, and I'm like, Franco's here.
and I'm like, yeah, good
That
one.
is hilarious.
And and then I see them in
So
line.
that's why he wanted me to wrap him out so quick. He was going to the Odyssey.
He had Odyssey tickets, yeah. And not only that, so I think Johnny's lying, and I'm like, oh yeah, Franco's here, and I said it like too loud. And Johnny's like, he's right there.
right
and
there.
then I go like beat red, and I'm like, I have to go to the bathroom. Like,
Oh my God.
I
Did
just
you go say hi to him?
No.
Why not?
No, it
Why
gets even
not?
funnier.
He's the
Oh yeah, it
nicest
gets
guy in the
you're
world.
Johnny.
Then Danny comes back and he's like, is he still there? I'm like, no, he's gone inside. He's like, and he's all embarrassed. And I'm like, it's a huge theater. What's the chances like you're gonna run into him?
Yeah.
And
Next to him.
he's in the row in front of us.
No way. Why
literally
didn't you tap him?
I don't know. Right away he got clocked by just like people, and then he got like sucked into a couple like. There was like a lineup of people waiting for their turn to have a conversation.
course,
I'm like,
yeah.
I'm not adding to this at all.
Oh, dude, honestly, he's one of the nicest guys I've met.
We had some good chats.
Yeah,
on
you
set.
should have said hi. He would have been really warm and welcoming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should have just grabbed a handful of his popcorn.
Yeah. I should have kept on
so
looking over
crazy.
his shoulder at everything he was typing into his phone.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, yeah, Odyssey was good. Yes, we just filmed a movie called Runaway, which you directed beautifully. God, you're just cool hand Luke on set. I came and did a set visit once or twice. And just tried to feel out, what your directorial duties would be on a project of that scale. And you guys it felt like a really well-oiled machine. And I was talking to Mark Peaty, a friend collaborator of ours who produced the film, and at the wrap party, and I said, well, what do you attribute to that going so smoothly? And I'm curious to hear your answer, but he said just planning. He's like, we just did a lot of planning. And I know that thing came together quick. Like that went from like something maybe we'll get around to one day to all of a sudden you're like, we got the funding, we're shooting it in a month. And even in that period of time, you guys were able to iron out quite a bit. Obviously, I didn't see a ton of, I'm sure there's headaches, of course, there's things that change last minute, and there's difficulties when you make something, but it appeared to be, like you guys are getting fucking good at this, man. That's what I'm trying to say.
Thank
yeah.
you. Well,
but was it as smooth as I'm making it sound like? And I guess you can only compare it to other projects that you've worked on. And if you did think that it went pretty well, which I think you do think it went well, what do you attribute that to?
Well, I think Mark's 100% right. I think it came into the planning. It was a good script.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were originally supposed to shoot that film 5 years ago, and Mark was he's one of the co-writers, producer, but he was attached to direct. And what happened was I asked him for the final draft because he'd been writing it. You're a writer on it as well. You contributed on it.
Yeah, there's four really good. Well, there's three really good writers on it, and me.
Well, it got great writers on it.
Incredible passes on it.
Incredible passes, but it had been worked on for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have any material to shoot, and I wanted to direct a movie again. And I asked him to reread it. Or send the latest draft. I reread it, and I rewrote it. Yeah, that's why it's great. I rereread it.
He said, "Oh, there's some great writers on it." And then I rewrote it.
Writer. I'm not a good. So that would have been a disaster. But it was a good script, and so I think that's why it came together so quickly. I didn't think it was going to. Mm-hmm. We started putting offers out, and as soon as the first person to say yes was Josh Duhamel, who's an incredible actor, by the way, and a wonderful human being. And as soon as he said yes, everyone started to come together. And exactly.
I was a little late on the Josh Duhamel applause there.
But everything just came together, right? But there was a lot of planning. And I would say the reason why it seemed so relaxed is that we just had an incredible team as well. You know, every film is a learning experience too. I would say like Get Fast, which was the second feature that I shot. I'm really proud of that film. There were a lot of hard knocks that I learned. And there were a lot of days that I personally feel like I failed. I definitely like there's
in the moment on set
in the moment. And, you know, I watch the scene after and I go, oh, the scene turned out, but what, you know, I failed on set or I failed in the execution or I had to make concessions because of time, you know, all the things that are what you do as a director that they don't tell you about, right? It's got nothing to do with the art. It's got to do with the practicality of making a movie. And so it's interesting because you never know why things happen until the moment you go, that's why it did. And I really do think I needed to make Get Fast and get the shit kicked out of me in order to make Runaway.
What made Get Fast, because it sounds like that one in particular left the most lessons and scar tissue behind. What made that such a learning experience, that particular film? What ingredients led to that being the one that you're citing right now?
Well, I think at the time, because it was my second feature and wanting to like ramp everything up, more cast, more technical stunts, right?
You flipped a semi, didn't you?
We flipped a semi. Yeah. We had a helicopter.
They flipped that bitch. It was cool.
You know, like, there's some amazing sequences.
Yeah, you're hanging off a helicopter. That's you.
That's, crazy, like up in the stunts, all of that. And I think it's just growing pains. It's all going from Bulletproof, which I'm so proud of that film because you and Cooper, you guys wrote an incredible script, and it was so much.
Thank you.
It was such a Cinderella story to make that movie, and it was so. It was just joyous.
It's great.
And then
I haven't seen it, but it's great.
And then you go, that's okay. I don't even remember the movie, to be honest with you. No.
I make Johnny watch one of my films every day before he comes on the podcast. I say, take your pick.
You've got to be informed.
You got to do it.
You can do a full season of School Spirits before you come on next week. Sorry, but go on.
Please.
Yeah.
So it was just pushing into that sphere, because what I'd ultimately love to do is I would love to direct, and I'm working towards that, like a big studio action film. Like bring on a Jason Bourne movie.
Let's do it.
Hell
I actually I can do it. Especially now with the progression of it, like even with Runaway. So
one of my favorite directors, James Gunn, which I talk about often. Yeah, if you look at his before he did like Guardians of the Galaxy, he did like sort of a B-grade horror, and then he sort of did like a bit more of an action-y movie where he got a bit like, a bit more like sort of A-list cast.
That again?
Super with Rainn Wilson and Elliot Page.
I remember both of you talking about that movie being interesting. I'm not sure.
Right.
Oh, I love it. It's one of my faves. And then the next thing he got was like Guardians of the Galaxy. Marvel's like, hey, let's do
the
this.
Russo brothers are another great example of that.
Arrested Development.
Yeah, Arrested Development, and then they directed the action satire but still had action in it episodes of Community, like the paintball episode, or like those episodes of Community where like shit just it's almost post-apocalyptic and it's like a war zone. They directed those, I believe, and that's still directing action. It's like it's a comedy, it's an episode of Community, but to do satire properly or spoof properly, it requires a mastery of that genre anyway.
Absolutely.
Like the South Park guys, the reason that they're so good is because they understand what makes an action movie work or a political thriller work, or so only then can you properly satirize something. But they're still directing legitimate action pieces in that, and so no wonder it translates so well to the blockbusters.
So I think it's in your cards, buddy.
Oh, hey, I'll take,
absolutely. You can do the Zendaya one. There's rumors they want Zendaya to be the next Bourne or something like that. They're trying to reboot it, and they want someone else to do it.
Is that true?
It's a rumor that I keep hearing from my sources, and my sources are other podcasts that I listen to. Yeah,
that's interesting. I know there's some debate. I don't know. I heard this somewhere. Someone was trying to debate whether or not Zendaya can act.
Yeah,
Why is that even a question?
I've seen these
incredible
memes, like these memes, like rudely suggesting that kind of thing. And
it's crazy. Like no one's watched Euphoria.
I know.
Seen, like any of her.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are only seeing her in these massive movies where she is part of a huge ensemble cast, but it's like
even still, look at the last shot of Dune.
Yeah, there you go.
Like you're watching her freaking heartbreak and she's stuffing it down, right? And then the
Sorry,
movie
what
ends.
happens?
Oh no, I ruined the ending. No, but Dune Part 2, like, come on, she's great in that film.
Yeah,
right?
but there's
That's
tons of
your
other
point.
projects where she just is like, you know, playing something a little more contemporary or cooking in a way that would feel a little more, theater based and blockbuster based that people just aren't even like choosing to watch. So it's like, if I think they just see her as a blockbuster star, and then people equate that to being, you know what, being a movie star actor is its own special thing, and it's really fucking hard. And a lot of the films that you've done live in the vein of like, this is movie star stuff. This is like, let's get a bag of popcorn and just fucking cook and have a good time. And that is a particular style of filmmaking, but really acting that's tough. Like even just sometimes in acting classes, you know, myself or our contemporaries, you know, you'll do scenes where it's like, it's just the simplest sounding thing. Like you're the charming guy in this scene. And then and you're like, I've seen a Bond movie 1,000,000 times, and you're like, oh, this is not as easy as it looks, right?
Oh God, no.
Yeah,
because you're trying to get that every person quality, right? Because you're still, you know, doing a performance, but it's very, very hard because it's almost like pointillism. You know, like. There was criticism for decades about whether or not Harrison Ford was a good actor.
Yeah.
He's an incredible actor.
He's an incredible actor.
It's incredibly hard to do what he does, right? It's because it's the simplicity, it's the restraint, but it's a lot of those old actors, right? We're like that. It's or a lot of those movie stars. I mean, look at Ryan Gosling.
I was just going to say
how simple Ryan Gosling is.
Talk about making it look easy. Huh?
Well, that's the thing. He's simple, but it's not easy what he's doing. The guy's a master actor.
Yeah, Project Hail Mary. I mean, I would be shocked if he didn't get a nomination for his performance in that, because like
he's the whole movie.
He's the whole movie. You know, it's him and a puppet. You know, for like a lot of this thing. And
how good was that Rocky character?
Oh, yeah, he's great.
I actually cried. I saw Project Hail Mary too. I cried in that movie,
Oh, yeah, it's tough. The audiobook, I was listening to it in the gym, and I'm just like weeping at one point. I'm like, I have to go home. Like I've ruined. I'm crying in public on the leg press because, amaze. I'm like, oh God, don't leave him, man.
Well, everyone's sitting there being like, he added too much weight to that machine, apparently.
They're like, buddy, you're doing like 5 plates aside, you
like
fucking baby. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you brought up like some lessons that you learned, because I'm pulling up your IMDb here, and I thought it would be interesting because for those who don't know, because I don't introduce my guests properly because I'm bad at this. Clayton wears many hats: writer, producer, director, and actor, and probably many other things that I forgot to mention. But I thought it'd be interesting to look at some of the movies that you had a really heavy hand in making, and if you could encapsulate like one kind of lesson that you learned from all of those. So if I go far as back as Candyland, would that kind of be the first thing that you think that was like your foray into like, I'm making features?
It would be the feature just before that called Down the Line.
Yeah.
Down the Line.
Good memory, man.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. It's one of my faves of yours.
Yeah. Never saw the light of day. Was never distributed. Which is really, really sad. It's funny. I was thinking about that movie the other day and going, maybe you should just go out on YouTube.
You should.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Because
it's really good.
Thanks,
and your performance is incredible, man. Like I'm spoiling a little bit, but you're playing multiple versions of yourself, talking to yourself. And the way it's edited and the way you act is spot on. Like you don't for a once like are taken out going, oh, that's the same actor doing this. Like I fell hook, line, and when I remember watching it, hook, line, and sinker going, oh shit, yeah. Like these are like other versions of himself, and he's talking to other versions of himself.
That's great.
That's very kind of you. I mean, that was written, directed, and edited by a filmmaker named Rusty Nixon. I collaborated on 3 films with Rusty, and tremendous guy, tremendous talent.
Also, Rusty can write a script in an afternoon, like 2 days.
Guy prolific.
Yeah.
Prolific, yeah.
He can lock in.
I haven't talked to him in actually a while. I should probably reach out.
He's probably written 10,000 scripts since he's
I can only imagine.
Literally, I had coffee with him, and we talked about some idea that ended up like later, like other movies would come out like years later, and I'm like, that is so what his idea was. And he's like, should I just write this? And then like I swear, like 2 days later, he's like, here's a draft. I'm like, I don't know what you're doing. Like if you have some den where you're just like locking the fuck in, but that's pretty prolific.
I mean, he's got a special talent, that guy. I mean, the last film that we collaborated on was Amy, which got released on Netflix.
Yeah.
And the first draft of that script, and that first draft, that is so funny that you got that laugh. Like that first draft, I think he wrote in 7 days.
Not surprised at all.
Yeah, and then I remember reading it.
That's a normal man's like
good.
2 months. By the way, your first draft of, and I will veer back to the point, but your first draft, you said that you weren't a good writer, and it's not what I know you for, but your very first draft of Briefcase 8 you sent to me. You're like, give this a look, and you were very like, be kind. This is I was able to write this in between nap time and when the kids. It was extremely competent. You know, that's the first thing I was worried about based on what you were saying. I'm like, oh, maybe this will just be a little too scattered, but the tone, I know that you have a great understanding of what you want your tone to be and the vibe in the film. I'm like, so that'll be there. But no, I was like, this is a really very competent first draft, and I'm very excited to see, because that's all my experiences with that film. So I'm excited to see tomorrow how much it will feel like that.
Well, I appreciate that. That was my second first draft.
Your second, right? So
and the reason
your vomit draft and then your first draft kind of thing.
Not even the vomit draft. So I originally wrote Briefcase 8, and I don't even want to say exactly what it was, because it was a different movie that I kind of want to try and create one day.
Right.
But it was very surreal. It was way more artistic. Mm-hmm. And I gave it to a couple of people, and they were like, you can't make this movie because it's too far out.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit.
Yeah.
So I looked at it, because I'd literally been writing nights, because I just had my second son. Was he born already? He was born already. So I was writing like in between, in the middle of the night, to get the script done. So I looked at it and I went, oh my God, I have to start from page 1 and rewrite this thing. Ugh. So I rewrote it from page 1 like that. That's what you read.
Gotcha.
So it was still a first draft, but I took a portion of it and then extrapolated from it. But it's quite different, actually. I forgot. You haven't seen it because I got Cooper to do a pass. Cooper Beaver. I got him to do a pass on it.
And if anyone listening can get Cooper to do a pass on your script, like, do it. Like, pay him anything. He gives the best notes.
He does.
He gives like some of the best notes of anyone who's ever given script notes.
Like for this one, he was like, 9 briefcases is way too many. He can't hold 9 briefcases.
Yeah.
If you make it an even 8, he can get 4 in each hand and he's good.
He's like, main character is an octopus. Now, hear me out. Each tentacle holds a briefcase. Anyway, incredible notes giver. But anyway, before I get too far moved, I'd like to go back. So your first feature that Johnny was talking about, Down the Line, it's called?
Line, yeah.
So what, if you could say, what was it was your first, but what's like the big takeaway from it that led you to the next project?
That you can make a movie.
There you go. That's all you need to hear, folks.
Yeah.
So then what's next? Then are we talking Candyland?
Then it was Candyland after that.
So Candyland contains one of the most committed performances I've ever seen. And it's from you, and it's shocking and disturbing, and impressive is an understatement.
Thank you.
I'll let folks look that up.
I wish people had seen it.
Yeah,
no one saw it.
I too lick the wounds of. I went full on in this, and I wish more people saw it. And yeah, I understand the pain of like, damn, if only this had a better audience, because I think there's some good stuff in here. But
which film are you referring to?
I think I'm referring to Heel Kick. Yeah.
Which is an incredible film.
Thank you. Yeah. And we will eventually, the Zen diagram of our work does meet up in the middle. Zendaya. It will be directing.
Here's the thing about the Zendaya. Zendaya. It's like, why is this happening to me? I'm not going to try and answer that joke. But the beautiful thing about this day and age, especially with like YouTube and all these kind of things, is that there is a means to get these films out to an audience. You just got to kind of do it.
Yes.
Right?
And there is, of course, a biting the bullet of like this sounds like, I don't know, like not in the spirit of sharing art with the world to say, but putting it on YouTube is sort of the last line of like, I don't think I'm going to be able to sell this, but I want people to see it. And so people should make that decision of like, when it gets to a point where like, this work should just be seen, you know, like YouTube is a great resource for
Look
that.
how the guy from Obsession came from YouTube.
Yeah.
Right? You could drop it. All of a sudden you get all of these views. Next thing you know, you got Seth Rogen reaching out to you going, I really like this.
Yeah.
Wasn't Backrooms guys? Well,
Yeah,
he
he's
released
fully-
his little short
Backrooms guy.
film on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Kane Parsons. Sorry, I
Kane
had a mental
Parsons,
blank
who
on
did
that.
Backrooms, just released a new Backrooms short film like 2 days ago.
Oh,
he's like
yeah.
still doing them. He had this
crazy.
huge movie, and he's like, "Yeah, I think I'll still make YouTube shorts." Like it's a cool flex.
True storyteller.
Yeah. So, Candyland. What do you think your takeaway would be from that?
Big weighted pause. I got a couple takeaways.
Sure.
Number one, thank you for the kind words about the performance and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I personally, at the time, thought it was what needed to be. For anyone who hasn't seen the film, I went down from my standard 190 pounds to like 131 pounds.
He was very skinny.
Yeah. Because it's about a,
Can I add a quick story here?
please.
We used to work together at
That's
a
right.
restaurant.
Yeah.
And I remember you first doing this commitment to this movie. And I remember working with you. And then something happened and you had to delay the movie.
Oh, yeah.
And
that's
then
right.
you got fully back to your normal weight again. And then I want to say like a year or so, maybe 2 years later, a year or two later, you did it all over again. So like the commitment out of you was...
I did not know
remember,
that.
I remember like expoing food, sorry, to
No,
like
no,
your
I
section.
forgot about that.
To your
Yeah.
section. And I was like... There was extra chicken. I'm making it up. Extra chicken tenders, and I was like, "Clayton, you want one?" And you were like, "I can't eat.
I can't-
Like,
I
you're
just can't eat
I've
at
had
all."
my lettuce leaf for the day, and that
Yeah.
was it." And I was like, "This is nuts." And I remember other people just being like, "He is so skinny." Like
And you had a
he is so
tooth
thin.
removed in the film.
I had this one's, I got a fake tooth here. I took the cap off and then I had it shaved down a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Boy, you
was-
looked fucking crazy at one point in that
dude,
thing.
I'm really happy with the results. I would say that my biggest lesson is that I was in such a different state in terms of my perspective of what acting was.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't recommend, and as much as I did it, I don't know if I would have made the same choice to make that commitment and lose the weight and do all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy. And I was messed up for 2 years after.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't talk about that.
Yeah.
But I was messed up for 2 years, and because once you start going down that rabbit hole and you're so nutrient deficient in your brain, you think you feel great, but you're actually just dying.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. It's just like you're just euphoric because you're just so malnourished.
Yeah.
So I learned a lot. I learned a lot about something or an experience like that. I would also say that movie suffered from not having enough prep. It needed more prep, and it needed more. It needed to be curated more from a directorial standpoint, but also from a producerial standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like the movie didn't turn out the way it was supposed to because it was flat in terms of its execution. And that's no one person's fault.
Mm-hmm.
I think because of what I was doing as an actor, and then I was one of the main producers, I couldn't function in my full capacity.
Right.
It's an impossibility.
Which is funny because you've continued to wear even more hats than that in the future, but we'll get to that. But
Yeah.
good lessons, great takeaways. That brings us to Residue, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Residue, I think, was when I saw that, I was like, oh, I think Clayton's having some fun now. I think he wants to have a bit of fun in the work that he's doing because you've done such heavy shit before then, like Candyland especially. And it's not like Residue is like a fucking buddy cop comedy romp road
It's
trip.
pretty dark as well.
It's
when
pretty
you think
dark as
about
well,
it.
but for you,
so fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We had a great time at the screening. And what was your takeaway from that one?
That one was again, Rusty wrote and directed it. I think that's the best film that he did that I collaborated on with him. People still talk about that. That movie got ripped off and got watched like no one's business on YouTube and all over the place. Right?
Yeah.
It's got a fan base. And I hope one day he revisits that world. Like, even if I'm not involved in it, I think he should. But my biggest takeaway would be simplifying the story just a little bit and having a little bit more story clarity.
Okay.
I think that was the one thing that didn't allow mainstream audiences to grab onto it, because it's Lovecraft, right? That's really what it is. There are so many moments of brilliance in it, though, and it just needed just a little bit more clarity, and probably just it's really just clarity. And I think that would have come from maybe adding another sequence or something to kind of to make that happen. I mean, who knows? Maybe there's a director's cut in the future where he could do another pass, because there was a cut where it was longer and there were other scenes in it. And I remember we got notes from the distributor, and Rusty really cut out a lot of moments. And I would almost wager to bet putting some of that back in, like splitting the difference, might have helped the movie.
Was that your first one dealing with a lot more special effects, like in comparison?
That
or
was,
did it feel,
yeah, and that was a learning curve too. Like I have no idea what I was doing.
Yeah. But still turned out great.
That's great. I'm proud of that movie. I think the performances are good. Rusty did a great job. Dan Payne is in that. William B. Davis. Taylor Hickson is in that. Taylor, that was one of her first things, like just before Deadpool came out.
Cool.
And she's an incredible talent. I think she just released like a song or an album, and she could sing. And I had no idea. And Alicia Rotaro's in that. She's wonderful. And Kostas Mandalore from the Saw series.
That's right. Yeah.
Kostas, such a good guy. And Michael Maddock.
Yeah.
Michael Maddock is, he's been in every film that I've produced.
He's your Buscemi.
He's a
to your
Buscemi.
Sandler.
I tried to get rid of him, but he just shows up on set, and I'm like, well, I got to give him something now. No, I shouldn't say that. I rag on him too much. He's a good actor.
He's one of like 10 familiar faces when we're working together that I see on sets that just make it feel like it's a fun group project that is, that's just like friends still cooking. After Residue, is that Bulletproof?
No. So after Residue is Amy.
Oh, Amy. Yes.
Yeah, it's Amy. And then I produce a couple of features, and I'm kind of helping out in different capacities. And then it's Bulletproof.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Bulletproof is, so somewhere around Residue and Heel Kick, I remember I asked you to do the Q&A for the screening of Heel Kick.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And that was great. And
I forgot I did that.
Yeah. Right. At some point around there, it became kind of like a no-brainer that we should start working together, because we'd been in very similar circles for a while. And, like Johnny and Matt are like two like connective tissues to you and me and Cooper as well for a long time. And it was just like, at one point, I'm just like, someone else is kind of doing the stuff that we're doing, but in a different, really impressive way than we're doing. It seems like, why aren't we kind of cooking together at this point? Yeah,
absolutely.
But I don't know exactly when that was, but I want to say it's around like 2017 or something. It becomes like obvious that like our paths should be converging here.
I'm not going to say that I was the reason for doing it, but I do remember coming to you and going, hey, my roommate Mark Petey's looking for like, any action or horror scripts. Like, if you feel like writing something after Heel Kick, like, let me know and I'll pass it on to you.
I kind of will give you credit for that.
I'm thinking about it. Like, you're like, I think I have an idea.
I fully remember
you're the puppet master.
That's right. But you did introduce me to the Peteys. I remember that night still. Yeah. Portside.
Yeah.
That's right. Portside.
Yeah. I've never gone there for like a casual drink. I've always just been like, I'm hammered. Let's go to Port. Or I go there and I leave just hammered. Yeah. They've seen the best of me over there. Yeah. Hope the staff. Yeah. Hope I ended up tipping because I don't remember leaving. And then so we might as well get to Bulletproof. So that felt like a big step up in a way, or if it felt very next chapter, I guess. I don't want to say step up, but I don't know. It felt like there was a sort of shift where it was like, oh, this is getting kind of big deal now. Like, that's the one. Vinnie Jones is in it.
Yeah.
You're obviously in it. I'm in it. Cooper's in it. Matt Graham gets shot in the head. God bless him in it.
Poor guy.
Yeah, fuck him.
No.
Kill him and everything. Brutally. And
do you say that? Because
boom.
I'm going to kill Matt Graham in the script coming up. Actually.
Oh, hell yeah.
No.
Yeah, ice that motherfucker.
Yeah.
But what did you learn from that one? Lionsgate distributed that one.
Yeah,
That's
Lionsgate
exciting.
distributed it. Oh my gosh, what I learned everything on that one, like a lot. I mean, that was my directorial debut, which I essentially had kind of fallen into. Like I remember getting to a point where I was like, I can't do these dark movies anymore. And I hadn't worked as an actor in like 5 years. Couldn't even get a job if I put a gun to somebody's head. So I was like, we've started talking.
Write a movie where I put a gun to somebody's head.
Let's get a movie going. And then I was originally talking to Rusty, actually. And then I think about it and I asked, hey, are you interested in doing an action movie? And he declined. And then I had been asked to direct stuff for a few years already. And I was like, I don't think I'm qualified. And then I was like, you know what?
Which is crazy.
I'm going to do
Honestly,
it. I'm going to do it.
Yeah,
right?
not to call you crazy, but like you were overqualified to have been directing by that point with all your experience. But anyway,
thanks for that. I mean, hey, it's an awareness thing, I guess, because I mean that was the biggest thing I learned is that I had a skill set. I was able to direct a movie, and I had an incredible amount of fun. I learned,
especially with such a terrible script. Like you did such a good job.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of heavy lifting on the day.
Yeah, you directed around a lot of plot holes, which I thought was impressive. Yeah,
it was such a tight little script that you and Cooper wrote. I thought you did such a tremendous job, and I think that was the key to it being as successful as it was. Right, is that you do need a good script, and so I think you're a great writer, and it was a great gift to be able to bring that to screen. And a wonderful team, still a lot of the main team that Runaway was made with, which is why Runaway made so smoothly, is that, we've had 5 years of a dress rehearsal by making these other films. And I think just learning that just doing action and doing these other things is just way more enjoyable for me anyways.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun when there's stuff going on. And take a look at this big machine gun we have today. And these cars are going to explode today. Yeah, there's literally just crazy shit going on all the time. It really does mix things up. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great day with you on the airplane tarmac with Vinnie Jones. And Nina was there as well. And doing the car, and you've got your little turn that made the trailer where you're firing the gun. You look badass, man.
I remember you guys telling me to shoot the gun a certain way there, to turn and shoot a certain way.
Yeah, you had to shoot it with your left hand.
With my left hand, and aim it a certain way that didn't feel natural to me. And you guys are like, trust me.
Gotta do it. You gotta do it.
Yeah, and I'm like, all right. And then I when that trailer came out, people were like DMing me, and they're like, that way that you turned and shot the gun was fucking cool as hell. And I'm
like, you're downplaying how much you fought. You really fought doing it.
Oh, yeah.
And then I remember
I was like, this feels really weird. I'm going to look really weird. I don't want it to look weird in the movie. Yeah.
I know. I remember Ryan Peaty came up because we were shooting a lot of naturalistic light on that film. And Ryan Peaty came up to me before we shot that take. And he was like, is he doing the turn? And I was like, I don't know if he's going to do the turn. I can't convince him to do the turn. And he's like, I'm going to lose the fucking light. Pardon me, I shouldn't have sworn. I'm going to lose. I hope he's okay with me telling story. I'm going to lose the light. We're going to lose the shot. And he walked. Do you remember this? He walked up to you. He walked up to you. And he was like, you're doing the turn. And you're like, what? You're doing the turn. And then he walked away. And then you did it. That's why you did it.
That's all it takes. just yell at me. I'm like, all right.
Going,
no. Yeah.
And I'm not telling that story suggesting that you were being difficult in any way.
No,
I think you had a legitimate concern. And there was a lot going on that day. I mean, we were crashing a car. We were doing dramatic scenes.
That's something I learned as well. Yeah, Vinnie Jones was there, and he's been around forever. He's got a big personality. We all have different ideas of what we want the film to look like and feel like, and we all just want to do our part. At the end of the day,
he's a great actor too. By the way, people don't realize.
Yeah,
they think of Vinnie Jones. He's a personality, but he's like a real actor.
Yeah,
he's got range. That he would talk to me about scenes and stuff like that.
Oh man,
he just does. Yeah, he just doesn't talk about the
smoking barrels when he's slamming. Like just the rage that he has when it's just. I don't want to ruin the scene for too many people, but there's this one scene near the end there where I actually was absolutely emotionally moved when I watched that part of the movie. I was like, oh wow, this is a father that's like really upset. He's great.
Yeah, there's a reason he's still working and doing cool stuff all 100%. The time. Yeah, but it's funny how film can especially as an actor, it's hitting your marks and you're like, damn, I definitely like looked down to hit my mark, and and then and then you get notes from the cinematographer. It's like slightly, you're gonna have to turn your head this way. I know it feels weird, but do it. It's just like that stuff, as weird as it feels as an actor, it's just like it does work on camera. Sometimes you just have to like do, and I think Sarah Silverman really was talking about how silly acting is, and she's like, because I know in that dramatic scene where she screams at him and then walks off camera that she's just going behind the bed and crouching until they yell cut, and it's like the shit is so silly, and you have to do strange things to make it work, but it is technology meets art, and that's why it all comes out being something competent.
I mean, to add to that, it is kind of a silly job, is it? Because we're just basically being kids again.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a job of communication, it's storytelling, and it's weird having to think about the light. It's weird to have to think about the angle and the marks and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But those are all of those little things are part of communicating that story.
Yeah.
So, and it's interesting because, cinematographer may be saying, okay, well, you're going to hit your light better when you do this. And visually, it's going to aesthetically look better. Right. But that is part of telling the story as well, because you're well lit. We could see your eyes. You can do all that stuff. It's going to be more presentable to the audience, be able to actually hear or interpret what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's that kind of stuff. I guess maybe I'm speaking from the viewpoint is I remember having a lot of trouble with that when I first started acting and thinking that that's not what acting was, right? Like, oh, this isn't acting. This is just film technique, but it's all part of communicating the story. So it is acting.
Yeah, it is.
It is. It really, really is.
And also, I mean, sometimes it's even more acting than your other acting, because you have to, in character, motivate those movements for the camera and for the rest of the crew to capture this moment. And you have to turn that into art, even though it's not. So it's, it's like when you walk by, a mural that's been painted on a, shitty brick wall. It's like, it's your job to make that into something beautiful. Or, damn, that was gorgeous. Damn, really well put by me.
It was, yeah. Good job, Dan. Good job.
Thank you. Fuck,
this is the least drops you've ever done. You've just done the same drop 3 times. Normally it's something about fucking or like
a big fat slob.
There we go.
I was
endlessly quotable.
Yeah, that's right. Our most quotable guy ever.
Big fat slob.
I remember George Bush. I was like, we'll never get a more quotable guy than this. And then boom, we got like the super bad of presidents. It's like everything he says is a quotable line forever. Moving on.
You never thought you'd be in a time where people will go, George Bush, man, he was a pretty nice guy. Could have missed George W.
You know who had his shit together? W. Yeah.
W. George W.
Remember when Dick Cheney shot his friend with a shotgun in the face on a hunting trip? I was like, shit will never get funnier and crazier than this.
How does that happen?
I still love the George W. moment where they were like, some Canadian reporter was like, oh, like, are you still... things between Canada and US are still good. And he was like, yeah, absolutely. And he's like, President Putin just really, like Prime Minister Putin just really wants to thank you. And he's like, you tell Prime Minister Putin that we thank him. Like he had no idea.
He got trolled.
The name of the Prime Minister. He just absolutely hook, line, and sinker.
And that would be a month of news back then. Whereas now it's like, what was that? That's a blip in the radar.
Oh man.
Next up, we have the sort of de facto, I guess not de facto, the sequel to Bulletproof called Get Fast, and you were talking a little bit about that earlier. And I know you and I think I asked you this a few months ago, and I wonder if your answer will be the same. But what was your takeaway on that one? I know you've spoke a little bit about it, so we don't need to retread fully. But
it needed more prep.
Yeah,
it needed definitely more prep for me to feel like I was able. I mean, it's an incredible accomplishment.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked more prep on that, but I mean. You're always wishing for more time.
Yeah.
I think I also learned a lot about tone because I remember
you mentioning that.
Yeah, I was wanting the film, like the first Bulletproof was more kind of like 90s Lethal Weapon, Bad Boys. The second one, I wanted to have it a little bit more G.I. Joe.
Uh-huh.
And I wanted to I was pushing it a little bit more comic booky, but for the purpose of, the ending's actually quite tragic.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to be, it's all about fun and games when it's not. It was supposed to be an anti-violence comment. And I realized I was trying to be way too artistic about it, as opposed to just telling a good story. Because from my perspective, and this is not everyone's work in the film is incredible, I don't think I stuck the landing. You know, I just don't think I did. I want to do a director's cut of that film at some point. I really do, because I already know what I would do in order to work out some of the kinks and make that movie more even for me. Because, you know, a lot of people enjoyed it. I'm very proud of it. I do enjoy it, but it was a little bit of not a misstep. It was a little bit of a failure,
right?
In some respects, which is what led to Briefcase 8.
Briefcase 8. It feels like it's sort of your kind of Chinatown meets Sin City in a way. And I'm not sure if that's what it's going to end up being like. Because again, I just read a draft of a script a long time ago.
It's much more sleek now. I would say it's more like Drive meets Hotline Miami.
Ooh.
Yeah. Neo-noir.
Damn.
It's got some bite to it. And I really, coming out of Get Fast, having said what I just said, I wanted to make a movie that was tonally mature, cynical. I wanted it to be sleek, almost like Charles Bronson had made the movie, like from the 70s or 80s. Straight up action. And I was very, very specific about the tone. Like every little, like not one stray hair could be out. It like this was the thing. And when you watched it, everything made sense to where it was.
Right.
I think I did accomplish that. Like it was a smaller story too. I wanted it to be more contained. I didn't want to have to rely on certain things that I had done before. I wanted to just curate a cool little thriller, action thriller. And I'm glad I did it, because it was kind of going back to basics. And then Runaway came along, and then going back to what I did before. So going back to that hopeful kind of mid-90s, like Runaway's like The Fugitive, basically.
Yes.
You know, Harrison Ford would have starred in a movie like Runaway back in the day. It's that kind of feel where there's hope, there's a blockbuster, there's scope to it, more characters, multiple characters. And then Briefcase 8 is just a very contained story, very insular.
Is Runaway the first time you're not appearing on camera in a film that you've directed?
It's the first time.
Yeah. How'd you feel about that? Were you like, this is a breeze? I don't got to do makeup. I don't got to learn lines.
Oh, I didn't think it was a breeze. No. It felt exactly the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. I loved it. But it did feel exactly the same. It didn't feel any easier.
Is it too early to take a takeaway from anything you might have learned on Runaway?
It might be a little too early to have all the takeaways. I think the biggest takeaway is that it just reaffirmed my trajectory of where I want to take my career. So I certainly feel ready to challenge myself on another big feature like that.
Yeah.
And there are a couple of projects that have been circling around me for a while where I'm like, there's no question I'm going to do those movies.
Yeah.
And I know because I know the mistakes that I made on Runaway. Like there's always mistakes to be made. There's always blind spots. So I already know exactly what I need to do on the next one.
Is it too inside baseball, or also too early to say, or maybe you don't want to show your hands to maybe even vaguely say, like, what's a mistake you think you made on Runaway that you would correct in the future? You don't even have to give an answer.
It's hard for me to give that answer because I haven't seen a cut yet.
Yeah.
And the film isn't there. So I may be thinking about experiences that I had on set.
Yeah.
And it might be different, right? Because you never 100% know how it translates.
Yeah.
So I'd be really reticent to give that answer.
Yeah,
Plus, we don't make mistakes, we make adjustments.
We make adjustments.
That's right.
Well, that's
Johnny.
the thing, right? Like you never
learned that from a New Zealand woodworker.
Yeah. But it's true. It's true because you're never not trying to do the best you can in the moment.
Yeah.
Right. So,
and you also learned that I should be playing a scumbag more often than
you're
not.
great in that role. Yeah, you play Vash in it, which is like one of the badass skids in the film.
It's funny, when I was doing my pass of it, I had an actor in mind who Johnny and I both know who I don't like. And I'm like, this guy would be perfect for this part. But this dude is so crazy unreliable that I'm like, if Clayton ever came to me and said, hey, do you have any ideas for who might play that? Like, I'd be like, I know the guy, sadly.
Oh, no.
But I never thought it was.
Afterward.
I will. I never thought that I would play that guy. And so when you guys were like, what about Vash? Of course, I'm like, this. I have to just do this, it'll be so fun. And I was like, at first I'm like, I can't wrap my head around how I would do this guy, but then it eventually came to me. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Pardon me. Big yawn. No, Mark and I thought of you.
That's everyone else who listens to my podcast all the time too.
No, God, it's not you. It's not you. It's just busy life with kids.
Of course.
And work
I'm teasing, yeah. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. Yeah.
I had a tremendous amount of time. Doing Runaway made me, I had similar feels to when I did Bulletproof. I started to feel kind of like that magic, that innocent or the earnest maybe is more appropriate term, where it felt childlike and there was a joy.
Yeah.
Find it like Briefcase 8 was a tremendous experience as well. It was so fun. But the subject matter was dark again, and it was all night shoots.
Yeah.
So
nasty.
it's like a waking nightmare when I think about that movie.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
What I'm hearing sort of a recurring theme here, and it's that your filmmaker weirdness wants to come out a lot. It's not always best for the bottom dollar. And I feel like there's this part of you that's like this Lynchian, Cronenbergian filmmaker that wants to just be in that zone sometimes, but then you're also pulling yourself back sometimes, being like, I think I need to simplify, or maybe this is too deep for what I'm trying to do. And I wonder if you're going to be one of these great filmmakers who does a one for me, one for them kind of thing, where it's like you're able to sort of draw the line and be like, I'm doing my weird one right now.
Yeah.
I'm doing my crazy existential film noir style, and then on this other one, I think I want it like a popcorn theater pleaser for folks.
Yeah, wow, that's interesting. I mean, I would say that like the kind of like the weird, like really existential stuff.
That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, that was more Rusty, and I'm a big fan of it, but it's not entirely like what my expression would be if I'm like as a filmmaker or like really being like the voice of the art. I would say that the Cronenberg thing, I would agree with you, but like not the weird Cronenberg horror stuff.
Right.
And weird is not the interesting. Weird is not the right term, right? It's always interesting and kind of like, whoa, that was
avant-garde.
Avant-garde, right? I would say that I could see myself doing stuff like Eastern Promises. And
God, Eastern Promises is so underrated.
So I watched that movie. Being Bernadette, my wife, we love that movie.
People talk about History of Violence only. And like they don't talk about it's
Eastern
great.
Promises
But
is amazing.
Why not also talk about so good.
Hey, I mean, amazing film. Naomi Watts is incredible. Vince
Naomi Watts is in
Cassell.
both, right? Vigo's in both.
No. That's
Ed Harris. That's who you're thinking of. Yeah.
Right, I always mix those two up.
It's a different
They're like
actress in
twins.
History of Violence. She's a tremendous actress. What's her name again? Damn, she was in Lights Out. She was in Coyote
Isn't that
Ugly.
Naomi in
not
History
Naomi.
of Violence?
No.
Really? I'll Google it.
Yeah,
it's gonna drive us nuts.
It's going to drive me nuts that I don't know her name off the top. But let's be honest here. Viggo Mortensen. He's not underrated, but he is criminally underrated.
Maria Bello.
Maria Bello.
Yeah, of course.
But he is criminally underrated.
Oh, absolutely.
Like
Who is, sorry?
Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
Viggo Mortensen is like one of the great actors.
Ed Harris, too, while we're at it.
Oh, man. Ed Harris is phenomenal.
Ed Harris in the
History of Violence You know what? I'm like rewatching old Michael Mann movies, and there's a few I haven't seen. And I remember like avoiding Miami Vice because I saw it when I was younger and didn't like it. And I'm like, it's time. You know what? It's probably
the one with Colin Farrell.
Yeah, and
it's got one of the best beginnings to a movie.
It has an awesome beginning, and the ending is like
ending's killer.
The ending is like the opposite of what it should be. For
oh,
it's
really?
Like,
you think?
I
remember liking the movie.
They're doing another
It's got
one,
a lot of style to it. Yeah.
Prequel.
They're doing,
Austin
they're calling it
Butler
Miami Vice 86.
70, yeah, so 86.
Yeah. But I was like, oh no, like they're not even together at the end. And it's like, you could remove that it's Miami Vice and never know, like call it something else and change the character names.
Well, the spirit of the characters were definitely different.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And there's a lot of really fun, if people want to read about like the behind the scenes drama of a movie, that one has a lot of juicy stuff.
That makes a lot of sense.
I was just about to say, I just read a trivia about Eastern Promises about that particular fight scene in the sauna.
So good.
and
with Viggo's penis out?
Yeah, apparently Viggo went up to the director and was just like, apparently before they started, he was going to be in a towel the whole time. And Viggo just went up to him and went, my towel would obviously fall off if I'm fighting
it's
people.
Way more dangerous because the whole time.
Yeah, and the director's like, yeah, but, you know, you really want to do this whole fight scene naked? And Viggo's like, the towel would fall off. Like apparently he was this was
Fuck
that
yeah,
was
he
his
does.
commitment to it. Is like, let's be honest, that's exactly what would happen if you can't fight these people. You can't just keep shooting this with a permanent towel on. So yeah, that's how the naked part happened. And I was like, oh shit,
That's crazy. I mean, all I will say to add to that is every time I see that fight scene, I cringe because he's naked.
Yes.
And there are knives.
Yes.
yeah.
The danger goes
It's
up.
way
right?
scarier because you're like,
so
ooh, he's going to get his dick nicked.
It's so scary, right? But
All
then,
the guys are wincing while all the women are like, what's the
Yeah.
problem?
Yeah.
What's going on?
from a practical perspective, though, there's nowhere to put pads.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
that's right.
no way it wasn't painful to do that movie.
Yeah, you're
Do
just
that scene to me.
hitting the fucking shower
Tile.
floor.
You're hitting
Yeah,
the tile.
tile. Yeah, that's rough. Yeah. Oh god. Yeah, I cringe every time I watch it. It's incredible.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
It's brilliant.
And then
but to answer your question, I think that's I honestly think that I don't know if I'll do like a one for me, one for you.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather just make movies for audiences that audiences love
that.
and make whoever's hiring me a lot of money. That's all. And that's not even
Incredible.
from a sellout perspective. Who doesn't want to have a movie that's successful that people talk about or are happy about and it makes
exactly.
money?
Yeah.
Right? So-
I mean, if your movie makes a lot of money, you entertained a lot of people.
100%.
Like, so it's just it's a byproduct of knowing what people want to see and giving them what they want. Yeah. Which is So, folks, capitalism is good.
Like Avatar 2. No, I'm just kidding.
Like Avatar 2. Well, we got questions for you from people. We're
take them.
We're at the
take
hour mark. We could almost switch to the Patreon side, but I feel like
do the questions
I mean,
I'm ready.
we got a question here from Matt Graham. He says, "How do you spell the word producer?" What a fucking idiot. What a moron. He doesn't even know how to spell producer.
We should ask Clayton anyway. Just
Clayton,
in case.
how do you spell producer?
Fuck.
There we go, Matt. Suck on this, pal. You fucking jerk. You fucking...
A big fat slob.
You messaged me yesterday. You said, there's a lot of really great questions coming in. What was that?
I know that was the bad one.
He didn't mean he's going to select the good questions.
Yeah.
A lot of the good
ones
questions
came in.
so-
Yeah, I thought I'd get Lena's question about your middle initial and Matt's how to spell producer.
Yeah.
Oh,
out of
you
the
mean
way.
that was an official question from Lena? You're joking.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, thank God.
Lena did ask some questions as
no.
always. Okay, well, ask a few, and then we'll go to the Patreon side for the
Sure.
special subs here. Al Miro saying, "Let me turn this ass kissy question into a real question."
love Al Miro.
Where do you get your kindness from on set?
That's an interesting. Where do I get my kindness on set from?
You are very kind. And you're on the meanest spirited podcast in Vancouver.
I've been feeling like I'm not jiving.
He's too kind for this.
You know what it is?
I feel like I could say to Clayton, "You're really humble," and he would be like, "I'm really not."
No,
And I'd
I'm
be like,
not.
Yeah.
No, not at all. Yeah. Humble above,
Yeah.
You know what it is I really know how hard it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's really hard to do anything good. And it's so hard to just be able to get a seat at the table.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm always waiting for someone to punch my ticket and the career's over. Right?
Right.
Like, that's why I always say, because it's a blessing to be able to do what we do.
Mm-hmm.
I think I am also just very aware of how hard life can be.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just, life is tough.
Yeah.
And I have a very blessed life.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a lot of crazy times in my past, right? Like I've had a lot of hardships that I've had to live through. And so like, I don't know. I genuinely love people.
Aww.
I do. Like I
Except
love,
Matt Graham.
I love
but that's it too.
Even the monster,
you
Matt
guys.
Graham.
You guys keep bringing up Matt Graham. Who's Matt Graham?
You don't need to worry about it.
Who is this guy? Yeah, some fucking pervert.
Yeah, but no, not to sound cheesy or anything, but I genuinely love people. I love humanity. And I'm a genuine, and I think it's probably, I can't unpack that why I always think that the glass is half full. I don't know why. That's
I've
just the way I see
had meetings with you when there is a pandemic and no one knows if it's airborne. I've had meetings with you when money falls apart and it's a big question mark. I've had meetings with you when things you've done haven't went well, when they have went well. And you do always exude a sort of positivity, which is great, which I sometimes refer to as TCE or Tom Cruise energy. When I refer to
energy.
you. TCE. Which there's a few movies of yours where I'm like, we got a Tomcat on our hands here. I like it.
Yeah, I love Tom
good
Cruise.
question from Johnny here. How is it directing and acting in a movie at the same time? Actually, you should hear it from Johnny. Johnny, would you repeat that?
What is it like directing and acting in a movie at the same time?
Very good, Johnny.
It's a different experience hearing the question directly from
the source, from the tap.
There's an
some
energy
people would
between
say.
us too, because there's really only what do you call this? A chaise?
Yeah.
Is it a shay or a chaise?
A chaise, I believe.
It's a chaise.
I think
it's
the Z's.
plural.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be in there.
That's right.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I wouldn't exactly say what I do in the last 3 films is tremendous acting. To be honest with you.
Come on.
No. But in all fairness, knowing that I have to wear the multiple hats, the characters are written in a way that I don't have to go too far outside of myself.
Yeah.
Whether or not that's successful or not, that's one thing. But if I had to do Bill the Butcher and direct, I don't think I could do it.
That's
right.
Unless I had a year to prep where I could go back and forth and do them, and then like everything was dialed.
Yeah.
And then I could afford to be like, this is my knife, blah, 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 whatever he says.
Yeah.
I'm doing Paul, There Will Be Blood instead. I'm going to stop doing that. But the more the kind of non-self-deprecating answer to that is that I actually really don't know. I don't think about it.
Huh. Well, I've got a
just do
follow-up question to that. When you were on set only as an actor, I saw something you did on Apple. What's that Apple show you were on? What was that called?
Smoke. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, Smoke.
Really nice. With the scene that you shared, I was like, oh, this is really good, naturalistic, great performance.
Oh, thanks, man. I was really nervous that day.
That's what I was going to ask.
I can't, his name's escaping me right now, but he directed episodes of The Wire.
Oh,
So
crazy.
I'm on my way to set, and I'm like, what has this guy done again?
And Blackbird as well, didn't
Yeah,
he?
yeah.
Blackbird was great.
Oh my
yeah.
God. So I'm looking at what this guy's directed, and all of a sudden I start to shit my pants. Because I'm like, oh my God. And then I'm in a scene with Journey Smollett and Aaron Karpluk, who are both like no slouches, right?
Of
so I'm like,
course.
here we go. So I was really scared. And then when I showed up on set and we were actually doing the scene, first off, the set was incredibly big. Like it was one of the biggest sets I've ever been on. Like we were shooting in a real house, but like the circus and everything. Everyone was so nice, so collaborative. And so it was easy. It was easy to be that. And the director, God, I'm actually pissed that I can't think of his name because I adored him. He was really collaborative. Like he came up to me and was just kind of like, I don't really know how to quite play this. What do you think? And I said,
isn't that lovely?
Yeah, let's try this.
That's
right?
so nice to hear. Well, I was going to say, like, when you are now only acting, there's 2 ways you can take it because you wear so many hats on set sometimes. And I know when I finished Heel Kick and then I booked something as an actor, I would almost be, I was like, is there more I can do? Like, I'm like, can I help like lift some sandbags? Or, like I felt like I was wasting everyone's time because I was only there as an actor. And I'm like,
oh, that's interesting. I think I will feel that way if I'm on a set with people who are familiar, because I'm in the process of filming a movie just as an actor, although I am like an executive producer, but just as an actor on a film called Untitled Horror, which is directed by Michael Bafaro. It's written by the Michaels.
The name of the movie is Untitled Horror. That's funny.
And it's very backrooms. It's really interesting.
Oh, cool.
I've been shooting. We shot a bit of it earlier this year, and I've got a few more days in October that I got to shoot. On those sets, I'm like, oh, can I help? Can I do this? Can I do that? But
right.
like when it's something that I've just booked, I'm actually very relaxed. I'm like, you know what? I don't feel that anxiousness. I'm actually just thoroughly enjoying just being an actor.
Yes.
Because
okay,
it's
good.
the best job in the world.
It is real sweet
it's
sometimes.
really
yeah.
great being an actor.
Yeah.
I
No one should do it, but it's really great.
Yeah, no. Like, don't attempt it. But
I truly urge people not to.
I think about it though. I do think about like I love directing so much. I want to keep directing for the rest of my life. Like I want it to be like that's. The craft of making films is amazing.
Well, I've got some scripts here to give you.
Oh, sure. I'll read them. I mean,
you are such a no-brainer lifelong director. Like just the odd time seeing you direct, I'm like, you just have the complete temperament for it. And and then I know, when I'm alone with everyone and you're not around, hearing them talk nice, and they don't know that you and I are friends in real life or how that we go back. Yeah, but people are always just like, they're like, God, this guy's the best, huh? You know, with no chance it'll ever get back to you. So,
that's really sweet.
Except for Matt Graham.
It's the worst.
So, I still need to know who this guy is.
You might recognize him. Yeah.
It's the worst.
Okay, well, we should switch to the Patreon side. We're going to cook for a few more minutes here. If you don't have the Patreon, subscribe to it. It's the top link in the show notes. And I'm going to answer, Clayton is going to answer. JCC, we're going to try to get that nickname going. Is going to try to answer.
Jesus Christ Superstar.
Just try to get
I
more
love that movie, actually. It's a good movie. Try not to get onto problems. Is
that how it goes? Yeah.
Such a good movie.
Anyway, for those who don't have the Patreon, we wish you a lovely whenever you're listening to this.